Good afternoon, traders. It is Tuesday, May 12th, 2020, and the U.S. stock market is closed. Hey, today was really a torture trading day for me. Even though on paper it looks like we made a little money, it was just horrible today. And I'll explain that in a second, but you're looking at the Dow. Here you can see it gapped up on the open, and then it started sliding, and then had this big spike down right at the end, closing right at its very low, officially down 457 points. Now, 457 points is not terminal or fatal by any means, but what was going on was, I just find so obnoxious. Dr. Fauci, who personally I think is very overrated, and along with the Centers for Disease Control, which I think is also overrated. These people were testifying before Congress today, and they're doom and gloomers with respect to the coronavirus, and they almost have to be. They can't be caught saying anything optimistic, because then they're going to be blamed for the inevitable deaths that are going to take place as a result of this pandemic. And Congress got spooked, and then the markets got spooked as a result of this. I don't think it's going to last. I don't think things are going to change, but nobody wants to stand up and say, hey, maybe this thing isn't as bad as we think it is. And what is going to be bad is if we crush the American economy by telling people they can't go to work. And so anyway, I'm maybe getting a little political here, but I thought the hearings were disgusting, and the impact on the markets was disgusting as well. We had about $22,000 in open trade equity on the close yesterday. All our stocks are winners. On the open this morning, shortly after open, we still had about 21,000 of that, so that looked fine. But then you can see here on the chart the thing just started to slide, and we ended up closing out positive $9,000 when we closed out all the positions that were holding yesterday, except one holdover in Inovia Pharmaceuticals. And then we got into 12 new positions today, rather 11 new positions plus the one holdover. On the close, we had 4 of those are positive, 8 are negative, and we're carrying negative $6,600. But that portfolio, with even right here, that portfolio was positive. Up here, I think we had $15,000 positive or something. It started slipping here, but it was still up over 5,000. And then finally, after this mess, we're negative $6,600 on the whole thing. So yeah, we saw $15,000 positive shrink to negative 6 in this sell-off that took place all day long. It was just like being waterboarded. Very difficult to watch. I will show you 3 trades. I'm going to show you the worst one, and this is BRZU. That's the Brazil stock market. And of course that took a hit right along with the Dow today. It gapped up this morning like the Dow. We got in there almost the high tick of the day, buying almost the high tick of the day, and then look at this mess. This goes against us. We're still holding it, and we're negative $7,500 in BRZU. That was our most horrible trade, but we had some other bad ones too. We had some good ones also, and if we didn't have those good ones, things would be worse off than they are. This first one, this was our one holdover. This is INO, Inovio Pharmaceuticals. We had bought this Monday on the gap yesterday, and then it closed mildly positive yesterday, but then it really took off this morning, and it was making new highs, with only an hour to go today. So this was holding up well against that sell-off, but it did come back a little toward the end, but still not too bad. And we're still holding $5,600 positive open trade equity in the Novio Pharmaceuticals. So this is pretty stable and looks pretty much impervious to any sell-off in the overall market. That looks real good. And then this next one is our best one. And boy, this has been a tough stock to trade, but this trade does look pretty good. This is DGHS, which is inverse natural gas, of course. We took a hit on that yesterday, but this morning it gaps up. We grabbed the gap, and it just kept going and going, closing near its high there, and we are up $6,100 in DGHS, inverse natural gas. So that definitely looks good. But the natural gas stocks will gap every single morning, and the darn thing could gap down, but let's hope it gaps up. That's the way it went. Trader Bob sign off. See you tomorrow on Wednesday.